After a rough first round against Gregory Rodrigues in the UFC Fight Night 251 main event, Jared Cannonier showed tremendous heart and determination to come back and avoid the first three-fight losing skid of his career with a fourth-round TKO of Rodrigues. A great performance from Cannonier here, minus the shaky opening to this fight where he was dropped twice in the first round. His experience and savvy and diversity really showed as the fight went on. Lands a crushing elbow in the closing seconds of the third round, almost finishes there, and then picks up right where he left off in the fourth to get the win and get himself back on track and show that at 40 years old, this man is not done as a relevant name in the middleweight division. Pushes back the surgeons in this weight class of Rodrigues and proves that he's still got some more interesting fights ahead. As far as what's next, though, I don't think anyone laid it out better than Cannonier himself at his post-fight press conference in detailing how he's lost to four guys who are ahead of him in the rankings, and everyone else who he has not fought is either the champion, Dricus du Plessis, or the expected next title challenger in Khamzat Chimaev. So you look at those names and wonder who a possible rematch could come together with. I don't think an Israel Adesanya fight happens again. I don't think a Robert Whittaker fight happens again. I could see potentially a Sean Strickland rematch being the next move, but with Strickland, given the loss to du Plessis, given the drama with his coach and all that stuff, I just don't know the injuries with his nose when he is going to be back in the octagon there. And obviously Cannonier, given his age, has no time to waste if he's going to try to do anything of significance as far as making a climb back towards another title shot at this stage of his career. So when you kind of look around, what could he do? He definitely took damage in this fight, so maybe a layoff is warranted, and then we see how things kind of shake out in this weight class. But you just look ahead of those names, and I can't really see him getting any of those fighters. So I think the name you probably circle, if it is not a rematch with Strickland, and it could be a fresh opponent, is the winner of next Saturday's UFC Seattle fight between Brendan Allen and Anthony Hernandez. I think that would be a pretty logical move at this point. I know Cannonier doesn't love the idea of having to fight down in the rankings, but I think both those guys would warrant a matchup with someone like himself. And given Allen and Hernandez both primarily grappling fighters, I actually do like that matchup for him. He's got solid takedown defense, and he has faced guys like this before. So I'd be very captivated by that fight. It would be a big opportunity on the other side. But for Cannonier to get a second consecutive win, keep building, I think that would be huge for him at this point. Momentum is key, and you never know if Dricus du Plessis keeps beating these guys and holding that title, and Cannonier gets a couple good wins together, maybe he could just end up as a title challenger by default, given he hasn't already fought du Plessis. So a lot of stuff to shake out, but this was a arguably career-saving win for Cannonier to avoid that third straight loss. Given his age, people would have been saying so much about him if this fight went the other way, especially if he was stopped in the first round, but he refused to let that happen. A huge win, and the Killa Gorilla is back on track.